when you have this is the old room, and everybody has to just come to this room and stand, they will be lost. They won't know what to do. But as soon as you come to this room, you understand, you know where you are going to. So there's no point getting stuck. There's no point staying. You just go straight to your position. Yeah. So a department is just like where an employee, the position of employees, where employees are going to carry out their function for that organization. Okay. So that's what a department is. So let's read further anyway. Traditionally, business may be divided into 4 departments: human resources, finance, marketing, and production. So, like I told you, department is just like units.
Yeah, different units
that employees work in within an organization. So, yeah, this department section is okay. So the first one we're going to talk about is the human resources department. So, we know we have departments, the unit, the section that an employee is going to work. Yes. So, as soon as you are being employed, you will be posted to a department. That is where you start working. That is what a department is. So you can literally say a department is a section, or it comprises different sections that the organization, that helps the organization to carry out its objectives.
Yes.
Different sections that come together to help the organization to carry out its objective. That is what a department is. So the first department we're going to talk about is human resources department. When we talk about human resources department, the human resources department is responsible for welfare of employees. So what happens with the employees? Whatever that happens to the employee comes through the human resources department. So they take care of the employees. So what are other things that the human resources department does? Another one, workforce planning. This involves calculating the number and types of staff that will be required by the business. In a small business, this would not take up too much time. However, when the business employs thousands of people, workforce planning is an important job. If a business is short of particular types of staff, it will not be able to meet customer orders. So the first responsibility of the human resources department is workforce planning. And when we talk about workforce planning, we're talking about the quantity and the quality of workers needed by the organization. So it is the responsibility of the human resources department to state the numbers of workers needed, to state the numbers of workers that need to be recruited for the organization. That is what workforce planning is, and the function they're going to carry out. 2, recruitment and selection. As soon as they make an opening, as soon as there's a vacant position, it is the responsibility of the human resources department to hire and select the best employee for that particular opening or for that particular vacant position. So what are they supposed to do? They talked about the numbers of workers they needed. They place advertisements. They accept application forms. Then they go on to screen and select the best amongst the rest. Is it clear?
Yes.
Another function of the human resources department is health and safety. Nurses have to comply with health and safety legislation laws, which is designed to protect employees from dangers in the workforce. The HR department will have to ensure that staff are fully trained in health and safety and issue all employees with the required safety equipment and protective clothing. So the human resources department also takes care, because it's about the welfare.
Yeah.
So they take care of the health and the safety of employees. They ensure that employees are well equipped.
Yeah.
For whatever function.
Situation.
Yeah, whatever function they need to carry out, and they want to make sure that employees' lives are not in danger in the course of carrying out their function. Staff welfare. The HR department is responsible for meeting the welfare needs of employees. They may have to monitor the working environment to ensure that it is as comfortable as possible. Employees are also entitled to toilets, washing facilities, fresh drinking water, and somewhere clean, hygienic and comfortable to take a break. There should also be a means of eating food or water or for hot drinks. So, staff welfare talks about the workplace, how conducive it should be. It should be a very conducive environment. So it is the responsibility of the human resources department to ensure that the workplace is conducive for the workforce, for the members of staff. So the next one is industrial relations. So the HR department will have to maintain good communications with trade unions They may also have to organize and be involved in negotiation between employers and employees. So when we talk about industrial relations, we're talking about what happens within the industry. So in the industry, when we talk about the industry, we're talking about dealings between the administration and the trade union. So the trade union, you know the trade union already. They are a group of people that comes together to protect the interest of workers. So every now and then they have to negotiate with employers.
Yeah.
So it is the duty of the Human Resources Department to always make itself available for the trade union whenever there's going to be negotiation. That is the point there. Industrial relations, I think it's clear.
Yes.
Disciplinary and grievance procedures. Procedures. Sometimes workers may have to be disciplined owing to poor conduct, or they may have a problem with the work issue. The HR department will have to provide information to employees on procedures in such matters and deal with the whole process. So disciplinary and grievance procedures. Employees might make mistakes. Employees might act not in accordance with the policy of the company. It is the responsibility of the human resources to call employees on to order. Do you get it? So it is the duty of the human resources department to call employees to order when there is mistake, or when there is misappropriation of accounts, or there's malpractices within the organization. Dismissal. The HR department is responsible for giving formal warnings to workers and dealing with any legal requirements when laying off staff. Workers may be forced to leave a job through dismissal or redundancy. Sometimes an employee may have grounds to claim unfair dismissal. For example, if a worker is dismissed for joining a trade union or because they are considered too old, this is discrimination. They may take their employer to an employment tribunal, where the case will be held, and HR department will be involved in this process. So another function of the Human Resources Department is to fire. They hire and they fire.
Okay.
They dismiss employees on the ground that the employee has done something wrong, on the ground that the employee doesn't go in line with the policies of the organization. It could be an employee could be dismissed. So when this happens, it comes through the Human Resources Department.
Yes.
But if an employee feels that he's been dismissed or she's been dismissed unfairly, then the employee might take the organization or the employer to the employment tribunal. And if they have been taken to the employment tribunal, the Human Resources Department will be the representative of the organization. Is it clear?
Clear.
Redundancy. When we talk about redundancy, we're talking about being surplus to requirements. This is when the service of an employee is no longer needed. So if the service of an employee is no longer needed, it is the duty of the Human Resources Department to communicate with the stated employee, with the said employee, that your service is no longer needed. Is it clear? That is redundancy. Do you get it or not? Redundancy means an individual or an employee is surplus to requirements. So surplus to requirements means your service is no longer needed. So we might
fired.
Not fired. It is different from being fired. It is legal.
Okay.
So it means, for example, this is a logistic department.
Yes.
We are 4 working here, but the employer or the organization or the administration, they felt that 2 people can do the job instead of 4. So 2 of us will be made redundant. Out of the 4 of us working here, 2 will be made redundant because they felt that 2 people are enough to carry out the function. So those 2 that will be.
So basically, you want the quality of the workers, not the quantity.
Yeah, when you look at redundancy, it will fall back to the quality. Who can give an added value than another? Who gives more? So we have 4 workers here, but we cannot give we cannot give equal. We cannot give equal productivity.
I understand.
Do you understand? So redundancy means you are surplus requirements. So instead of needing 4 people to do this job, we only need 2 people to do the job. That is not dismissal, because you have not done anything wrong. Rather, your service is no longer needed. So that means you are made redundant. And when you are made redundant, you will be paid for being redundant. Unlike dismissal, when you are being dismissed, the employer will not pay you. That's the difference.
They will fire you and you get out of it.
You won't get paid for it.
Oh,
But for redundancy, you get paid for it.
okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Any question about human resources department? So
No.
these are all the functions of the human resources department. They hire workers, they take care of staff welfare, they promote workers, they train employees, newly employees, they communicate, they are the middleman between the employers and the trade union. So there's always industrial relations,
Yes.
and they are in charge of redundancy. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
We have clear.
Okay, good. So go on to departmental, go to finance departments now. So the next one is finance department. For finance department is responsible for administering and monitoring all financial transactions carried out by the business. In a large business, the following tasks may be carried out. So for the finance department, this is the department saddled with the responsibility of finance, cash, the monitor, all what has to do with financial transaction.
Everything about the money in the business.
It's done. It goes through the finance department. I think it's clear. So what are other functions that the finance department of a large business will carry out? Number one, recording transactions. Details of every single purchase and sales must be recorded by a business. These records are used to produce important financial statements. It is the duty of the finance department to prepare the financial statement of the organization at the end of the year. But to prepare the financial statement of the organization, it means you have to do recordings of all your financial transactions, what you are buying and what you are selling. All these things have to be on record. So those are the items you put together.
Why? Why you need to record all of that?
Because you have to prepare a financial statement. The items, the value of your income, the value of your expenditure, the value of your assets, the value of your liabilities. All these things have to be prepared. So without records, you can't put them together to prepare it.
You'll be unprepared.
No, you won't be unprepared. You won't have information. Yeah. Accounting is about information.
Yeah, you have no idea of what to do with that.
You'll be missing out on information. So for the finance department, whatever that has to do with financial transaction, be it sales or purchases, it has to be recorded. So these records become what they use, the finance department will use to prepare the financial statement at the end of the year. Is it clear?
Clear.
That's the first function or first role of the finance department. The second one is wages and salaries. So it is the finance department that pays workers.
Yes.
The human resources department will employ you, but you don't get paid through the human resources department. You get paid through the finance department. So they are responsible for wages and salaries. Is it clear?
Clear.
So they give you the pay slips. They are the one to pay you. Then the third one is credit control. This involves monitoring the amount of money owed by customers. It often requires staff to chase outstanding debts. Another function of the human resources department, another function of the finance department is credit control. I want to talk about credit control. Monitoring your debtors, monitoring your credit customers. So it is the finance department that has to keep track of those that are owing the business.
So basically, it's like recording transactions, but instead of recording, in real life, you record it in online.
No, keeping track of your creditor, of your debtors, those that are owing the business, those that are bought on credit from you.
Oh.
So it is the responsibility of the finance department to keep track and recover all the debts of the business. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Cash flow forecasting and budgets. So it is also the finance department that is responsible for controlling the firm's money. Some control is aided by producing budgets and cash flow forecasts. Cash flow forecasts are discussed later. So it is still the duty of the finance department to come up with a predicted cash flow. Or what is being predicted to come into this organization and what is predicted to be spent out of this organization. So it is the duty of the finance department to do that. And not only that, they are the ones in charge of budget, the financial plan of the organization. It is still the finance department. Is it clear?
Understand.
Accounts. One important job done by the finance department is producing the business's account. These are financial statements that show how well the company has performed. They include the statement of comprehensive income and statement of financial position, the balance sheet. I told you earlier, the financial statement has to be prepared by the finance department. Yes or no? So all these items that we put together, we use it to prepare the financial statement, which is which is split into two. We have the income statement and the statement of financial position. So the income statement is about the revenue and the expenses of the business. And the statement of financial position is about the assets, the liabilities, and the capital within the business. So this is what the finance department will do. They will make accounts through their financial statements. Any question about the finance department?
No.
Good. So we have the marketing department. Are you there?
Yes. Marketing department.
For marketing department, most businesses today are market oriented. This means that the main focus for businesses is the customer. Consequently, marketing has grown in importance. In addition to selling products, the marketing department may be involved in the following activities. So before we go into the duty or the responsibilities or the functions of the marketing department, most of the business nowadays are market oriented. What does that imply? It means they first make a research. They come up with a research to understand the needs and wants of customers before producing the product. That is what we call market oriented. It's not the same as product oriented. For product oriented, it means the business will produce the product and now start looking for customers.
Yeah.
That is product oriented. So the effort is put or is placed on the products. So they believe in the product such that the product will attract customers. That is product oriented. But for market oriented, it means customers are reliant on businesses are reliant on
market,
on the customers.
Yeah, on customers.
So they make research before producing the product. That is market research, market oriented.
So basically, they make research of what people want or don't want
before they make the product available. That is what market oriented is.
Okay.
So what are other activities, and this is carried out through the marketing department. So what are other functions of the marketing department? One, market research. People may be employed gathering, processing, and presenting data about customer needs, markets, and competitors. Increasingly, a lot of this sort of information is being gathered using social media. This information will be used by the business to help make decisions. For example, it may use the information to improve existing products or create new ones. So the first function here of the marketing department is market research. And when we talk about market research, it means the human resources department have employed people that will gather, that will process and present information through their research. So that is what the market research department is about. So that's about market research. The second one is product planning. This involves deciding which products should be marketed. For example, should the old products be launched or withdraw and replaced with new ones? So product planning. So it is the duty of the marketing department to know if the product can still fly or not. And when I mean fly, it means if the product is still useful or not. So the human resources department will decide.
How?
The human resources department will decide if the product is still useful to keep it, and if it is not, they scrap it. That is the point they are making there. So it is that duty. It is part of the duty of the human or marketing department to know what action it has to take when it comes to product portfolio or product itself.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Sure.
Pricing. The marketing department has to decide what prices should be charged for the range of products such as the business, competitors, the state of the market, and the type of product will influence these decisions. Another role or another function of the marketing department is pricing. The amount we have to sell our products. How is the marketing department going to be able to work on this? It could get to know more about this.
Wait, they chose the price of the product.
The marketing department.
So they chose the price of the product.
They are part of those that make decisions about price.
Okay.
So here they said, the cost.
Okay.
How much cost? What is the cost in the market itself? What is compared to your own cost incurred? It is the marketing department that would know about that. What else again there? The competitors. Who and who are your rivals? The marketing department can research to know about that. Is it clear? Please see properly.
Okay.
To know about that, is it clear?
Clear.
Okay. Then we go to sales promotion. For sales promotion, people working in this area have to develop interesting and effective methods of promotion. Examples might be free gift coupons, discounts, buy one get one free offers, book off, competition and loyalty cards. So for sales promotion, it simply talks about what will attract customers to want to buy more of your products. So what you do to attract customers to start buying your products. One of those things is discount. When you give discounts, that means price becomes cheaper. Consumers are conscious about price. They want to buy at a cheaper rate. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So the point here about sales promotion is how the business wants to start its marketing. So that's about sales promotion. Is it clear?
Clear.
Advertising. Businesses needs to create awareness. Customer needs to be aware of your product, of your service. If not, you won't be able to sell. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
So so they want to make the product to make it aware that the product exists.
Awareness about the product, because if we produce in here and we don't do advertisement, nobody's going to know out there that we produce in here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is what we call creating awareness. So for you to increase your sales as a business, you might need to create awareness through advertisement. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Then we have the customer service. An increasing number of businesses focus on the importance of providing good quality service. It is a way of gaining a competitive edge and involves providing assistance and advice to people who buy or use a small product or use a firm's product. This service is likely to provide before, during, and after a product has been purchased. For customer service, this is customer relationship. How best are you able to handle your customer? Post, purchase. Before they buy from you, after they purchase from you. So you keeping track, you monitoring what they do, you being able to give them assistance, listening here when they need it. It's also part of customer service.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Okay. And the last one here is public relations.
So basically, for customer service, you want to get
a good reputation.
Good at reputation, but you want to track if the customer needs help about the product.
If customer needs, yes, you got it. Maybe they need help about the product. Maybe
there's a problem
about the product. So whatever it is, you giving them that audience. It's customer care. It's customer service.
It can be a call, an email.
Definitely. So the ability you have to give them audience makes your customer service quality. Is it clear?
Clear.
Then public relations. For public relations, we're talking about communication between companies and the general public. So the company has to communicate with the general public. So it is important for the business to be able to do this cordially.
Sure.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
So you want to make how can I say it? Transparency. You want to have transparency about your product.
You want to inform the public. You want to discuss with the public. You want to portray your image, your brand, as improved, as better than other brands. You want reputation for your business. To do this, you use public relations. Because with public relations, you are directly the customers and potential customers are directly have direct access to you as a business. Is it clear?
Yeah, I understand.
And now the next one is packaging. The marketing department will play a key role in the design of packaging. Packaging is important because it often says a great deal about the product itself. This is a package.
Yes.
This is a package. It is part of marketing. So take this away, you wouldn't know the kind of water it is.
Yeah.
But with this package, you get to know the kind of, this is Jajila.
Yeah, you know the product.
You know the product. Thank you. Is it clear?
You know the brand.
You know the brand, yes. Thank you. Is it clear?
Yes. Distribution.
And the last one here is distribution. When we talk about distribution, we're talking about channel of distribution. How the products move from the producer to the final user. That is channel of distribution.
So basically, how to make it goes from like factory to shop.
Yes, that is distribution.
That's it.
From producer to wholesaler, from wholesaler to agent, from agent to retailer, from retailer to final consumer. This is distribution. So meeting people will be employed to make sure that products are made available to customers in the right place at the right time. This may involve organizing transportation and securing contracts with retailers and wholesalers.
Yeah, I understand.
You got it now. So that's about marketing department, right? That's marketing department, right? Okay, great.
Now we have the last one, production department.
Okay. Production department. Production involves making goods and provide services. In many businesses, the majority of workers are employed in the production department. In the primary sector, they may be tractor drivers, shepherds, and miners. In the secondary sector, they may be machine operators, packers, assembly workers, welders, printers, or managers. In the tertiary sector, they may be receptionists, shop workers, sales assistants, porters, nurses, teachers, police officers, hairdressers, mechanics, and solicitors. Other activities that may be carried out in the production department are followed.
So the production department happen in.
They are the department that produces the goods we sell.
Yeah, happen in primary, secondary, and tertiary. Just the workers.
We have business sector in primary. We have business sector in secondary. We have business sector in tertiary.
Yeah, which makes all of them production department.
Yes. So other things about production department is design. Some firms design products for individual customers. Others are continually innovating by designing new products to meet changing customer needs. The first.
Yeah.
Another thing about the production department is that they make product design. And when we talk about product design, it means you come up with an idea that makes the product looks different. Makes it not the way it was.
It doesn't make it a cheap copy
to
a competitor.
Purchasing. This involves buying the resources needed by the equipment. This involves buying the resources needed by the business, such as raw materials, components, energy, tools, equipment, and packaging. So for purchasing,
buying raw materials.
Yeah, whatever you have to buy is through the marketing department, through the production department.
Yeah.
Because they are the ones that knows what the quantity and quality needed. Stock control. This involves controlling, storing, controlling, supplying, and adding stocks of resources, and providing information about stocks. So for stock control, we want to know what kind of stocks are came in, and what are those stocks that are going out. Stocks, yeah. Things to sell. So you want to know the in and outflow of it. That is stock control. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Maintenance. Some production departments have a team of maintenance workers. They might be responsible for cleaning and maintenance of machinery and business property. So for maintenance, businesses they use equipment, they use machines. Yes or no?
Yeah.
These machines, this equipment may wear and tear. They will depreciate.
Yeah.
So it is important for the organization or the business to start looking for replacement, or to start finding a way of keeping them on track, so that they don't get rust and damaged.
Understand?
Is it clear?
They want to keep the machinery work.
They want to keep them working 24/7. Clear?
Yeah.
The next one. So that's all. Okay, now the last one is research and development, R&D. It is the production department.
Isn't it like marketing?
No, research and development is about discovering new products or new service, coming up with a new idea about product or service. That is research and development.
Coming up with
new ideas, new production, invention.
Okay.
New ideas, new products. COVID happened, right?
Then what is the difference between this and the
Market research.
Yeah.
Market research is about anticipating customer needs, customer demands. This is market research. It is not the same as research and development. For research and development, you are trying to come up with a new product, a new service. You are trying to invent. Like during the COVID, there was COVID, right?
Yeah.
Then there has to be what we call vaccines. These are the research and development. So they have to research and find. They have to find an anti-COVID. So this has to be done through research and development.
I understand.
So this is a way of coming up with new product or new service.
So basically, the market research is researching what customers need, whereas the research and development researches a new invention.
Yes, new product for customers to buy, new service for customers to buy.
Makes a new invention. Makes a new idea for invention.
Yes, so that is what research and development is about. So research and development is carried out through the production department. But market research is done through the marketing department.
Sure.
Is it clear now?
Yeah.
So in summary, the production department is saddled with the responsibility of producing goods and services. And part of their responsibility is stock control, research and development, maintenance, purchasing, product packaging, product design.
Sure.
These are what these are what the production department does. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes. Clear.
Any question about marketing production department?
No.
Good. So we go to interrelationships. Relationship and interdependence between departments. Relationships and interdependence between departments. It is very important for departments to work together. They are interdependent, which means that they rely on each other for their success. There must be good communication between departments to ensure that the business runs effectively. Some examples are given. So we call them departments. We call them units. We call them sections. We call them sections, yes. We call them units, but they are still part of the whole organization. Yes or no? So it means they have to work hand in hand for the organization to achieve success. So if the organization's objective is to be achieved, departments have to work together as one. And how are they going to be able to work together? They can only work together with communication, better communication. Do you get it? So that means each department will have to rely on another. Each department has to rely on one another.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Clear.
So what are some examples of relationships and interdependence between different departments are given below? One, the production department may have to meet with the marketing department to discuss changes to a customer's order. So the marketing department, the production department takes order.
True.
The marketing department, they said the production department will have to meet with the marketing department to discuss changes to a customer's order. The marketing department would have gotten through advertisement would have gotten the number or the quantity of goods needed.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So giving that to the production department, but now the customers are changing orders. So the production department needs to be aware of this. Yeah. So marketing and production department has to sit down to understand the quantity of goods that has to be supplied. Do you get it? So that means they have to rely on one another. The welfare officer from the human resources department may have to meet the sales director to discuss customer complaints about one of the sales people. So you know the human resources department is responsible to train, to check on staff welfare, yes or no? So if there's customer complaint, if customers complain about salespeople in the department, salespeople works in the marketing department. No, salespeople work in the production. Sorry.
What?
Salespeople work in the marketing department.
Oh.
So. Sorry, no, in the production department. Sorry, salespeople work in the production department. Okay. So if they work in the production department, one of their worker is having issue with the customer. Now, the human resources will take the complaint and have to sit down with the sales department to discuss this. Do you get it?
Yeah.
In the production department, we have the sales, we have the purchasing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if a member of staff is having issue, that member of staff works in the department. The human resources have to sit with the head of the department, the manager of that department, to discuss the undoing of the member of staff in that department.
I understand.
Clear. The third one, the HR department will need to communicate regularly with the finance department to discuss wages and salaries. So the HR,
I think it's very obvious.
yes, the HR has employed you. The HR has to, has to forward your pay, your financial details to the finance department before they can pay you. So without the human resources department, the finance department won't be able to pay you. Clear?
Yeah.
The finance department may have to communicate with the production department to ensure that designs for a new product are profitable. So the finance department is responsible for budgeting, yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
But the production department will produce the product that has been budgeted for. So it is the duty of the finance department to ensure that the production department, whatever they are producing, is profitable. Is it clear? So that ends departmental function. Any question about that? Okay, so we'll go to the multiple choice questions now.
All right.
Hold on, please. So we have the MCQ for chapter 23, or what chapter is it, please?
25.
24, 24.
Yeah, 24.
Okay, scroll down, please. So we have the multiple choice questions for chapter 24.
Yes, sure.
Departmental functions, okay?
Okay, number 1. Which department is likely to be responsible for dealing with the employee's contract of employment? Human resources.
Human resources department, C.
Human resources always deals with employment, nothing else.
Good. Question 2.
Number 2. Which task is likely to be completed by the finance department? Plan a sales promotion, provide a customer service, deals with a staff grievance, produce a cash flow forecast. A is plans sales promotion.
For finance department, what's the finance department? I told you the finance department is saddled with the responsibility of cash flow.
Yeah.
So, produce a cash flow forecast. The answer is D.
Oh.
Promotion, sales promotion, that's through the marketing department.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay. So the answer is D. Is it clear now, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm clear.
Question 3.
Number 3. Why are businesses likely to be divided
into functional departments?
Okay. A, to provide opportunities for specialists. B, to help deal with
provide opportunities for specializations.
Yes. Sorry. B, to help deal with export orders. C, to improve cash flow in the business. D, to help improve the business culture.
So what's the answer?
Okay, it's C.
To improve now. Cash flow is for a department. That means that department is specialized in cash flow. So businesses are likely to be divided into functional departments to provide opportunities for specialization. Each department is specialized on one specific role.
Oh, right. Okay, I understand.
So the answer is A, question 3.
Yeah, to provide opportunities.
Why are businesses likely to be divided into functional departments? Businesses are divided into sections or units to provide opportunities for specialization. So the answer is A, question 3.
Yeah, it's A.
Question 4.
Okay, number 4. Which of the following task is likely to be carried out in the production department? Okay. Okay, it's gonna be either A, product planning, B, product placement, C, product design, D, workforce planning.
Production department.
Yeah, product design.
Product design. So the answer
Yeah, it's one of the
functions of
the functions,
of
yeah.
the production department. So The tax
Product
here,
planning is marketing.
marketing, product placement is still marketing.
Yeah.
Workforce planning is done by the human resources department.
Yeah, exactly.
So the answer is C. Question 4 is C. So that ends chapter 24, departmental function.
Okay, understandable.
Okay. Done.
Just said.